Hey guys, welcome back to another day, no adventure. We're here at the beautiful Petropolis, finally. So this is the last one. It's Muito Tranquilo Key. It's like a Petropolis, Muito Europa. Very peaceful here, and they have a Muito, you see here, we have this museum here, and we're here with the lovely Leticia.
Ah, tudo bem, prazer.
Prazer, muito bom.
Aqui é o museu.
Sim.
Mais famoso aqui em Petrópolis, nosso ponto turístico. Venha conhecer.
Ah, muito bem. Is it Historia Museum?
Então, aqui
Architecture?
é onde Dom Pedro passava as férias.
Ah, ok.
Aí ele criou esse ambiente para vir descansar, passar as férias aqui e relaxar.
Ah, muito obrigado. Oh, muito bom. Prazer, amiga. Prazer. So yeah, we're here. It's muito bonito. It's the best place to come in Petropolis, but it's closed. So mañana we'll come here tomorrow, and I'll show you the other video tomorrow. So later. Hey guys, so we're still here in Petropolis now. So the museum is closed, so we're going to head to the park now, which is here. We're going to try and see some nature and stuff like after. And we're here with some lovely garotas. Come on, nombre? Kira and Sara, the army girl, and Kira, the New York Yankees girl. So what's the best thing to do in Petropolis, do you think? The number one thing?
Petropolis is a really historical city, so we have a bunch of museums.
Oh, cool.
But we also have like nature. So we have a park front, we have some waterfalls and some mountains which you can climb.
Okay, what's your favourite thing to do? Like
probably
drinking, if you have to.
Historic parts, which the cathedral, museums. We have the House of Saint-Simon, which was, I mean, for us, was the guy who invented airplanes.
Hey guys, so we saw the museum before and the national parks. We're doing the museum tomorrow, and now we're right in the centre, and we met finally some English speakers. Sorry, ¿cómo se nombre?
Hey, I'm Isabel.
Isabel, prazer, Isabel.
Nice to meet you.
So what's your favourite thing to do in Petropolis, do you think?
So I love Petropolis because it's very safe, and it's very it's kind of a cozy town, you know, in the midst of all the agitation from Rio. Yeah. And we really like to just walk around, also eat ice cream, and go to pubs. We have a lot of pubs here to have some drinks and eat. Yeah. Especially French fries. I love French fries.
I was in Nova Iguazu and I had some French fries with, you have like cheese on top and they squirt the cheese and the big barbecue sauce as a pie. That was delicious.
Brazilians do that a lot, like putting just things on top of things and cheese on top. We love that. Yeah,
I usually have I have pitaya, and like I mix my pitaya up with things like I get pitaya and I get chips and I get powdered queso. Oh, is that a strange thing to do? Or is
no, it sounds delicious actually.
Okay. So people look at me like I'm strange.
We love like different sauces and things, so it's actually pretty interesting. I want to know the place where you had the pitaya.
All right, have you never had it before?
No, like I've heard of it, but I've never tried it before. So
it's delicious. You gotta try it. It's my favorite. It's like acai, but it's like a pink dragon fruit kind of thing.
I
really
actually love the fruit.
Yeah.
And like they do kind of like a bowl of it.
Yeah.
There was a place here that did that, but I think it's closed down now.
But it's so refreshing, like after the beach and training, having some pitaya, cupuaçu, really delicious.
Yeah, that's delicious. That's perfect. And and watching the sunset here at the square. That's what we're doing right now. The sunset here is very beautiful. So
I was gonna say it's not as cold as I thought it'd be. Everyone was saying, it's gonna be really cold. It's gonna be really freezing, but it's not. I'm surprised.
Especially for someone from England. I don't think that's freezing at all.
It's really big. Anyway, cheers, amiga. Thanks a lot. Cheers, guys. Thanks
a lot.
Nailed it.
Nice to meet you.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Hey guys, welcome to Petropolis. Finally did it. After Petropolis. This is what you see when you type in Petropolis. This is like the image you see of the cathedral. You'll see in this video up close. But yeah, like when I first had a book on Brazil, I was in the Netherlands. I was working 17-hour shifts, killing myself to try and escape the matrix of what the world was becoming in 2013, and I bought a book on Brazil, and it had a picture of Petropolis. That's the only, because I wanted a nice place to live, really, and because I thought the city might be dangerous. People always tell me, the city's going to be dangerous. So I looked in this huge book in Brazil, and I found Petropolis, which is near the city, near Rio. I thought it was near Rio. I thought it was, it's just like 20-minute coach ride away, but it isn't. It's miles and miles, and I was like a 6-hour coach ride away. So yeah, I was really stupid to how I thought, oh, Rio de Janeiro was small. It's a small city, isn't it? No, it's huge. I was really naive, but yeah, this is a good day, chill day, walking around Petropolis. But yeah, I think like Teresopolis, in Teresopolis I was the only British or American tourist there, and the same here in Petropolis. I'm willing to bet I'm the only American or British tourist here. So yeah, this is Petropolis Free. This will look really nice at night time with the lights. The architecture here is much better than Teresopolis, but Teresopolis has the mountains and people approach it in Teresopolis, people come up to you. I mean, I think the gills are nicer here as well, because there's much more choice. It's a bigger city. It's like a little small city, but really chill, really European. Switzerland, kind of European, Hollywood Hills kind of style. So yeah, really chill. And, except for I get nervous when I approach some of the girls because I didn't get to sleep last night. So yeah, but I need to work on that. I realised when you with Brazilian girls, usually with a lot of girls, you got to entertain them. You got to be upbeat and smile and everything, and look fit and handsome and all this kind of stuff. But Brazilian girls, I think you just got to be chill. I think I'm gonna go this because last girl I just approached, I was really chill. I went for this approach of just being, I'll just chill. I won't be trying and say, oh, I'm this, I'm that. I'm trying to show off or something. I'll just be really chill, and that seemed to work best. So yeah, just be chill and relax with them. I think my energy as well, semen retention has got me. Got me eyes bulging out my head, like my big bright eyes and lots of energy, and if the energies are probably a bit too much, and a lot of them get nervous around it, especially Brazilians. They're really conservative here. It's different in Argentina, it mixes well, and but yeah, other places. But yeah, I'm going to try this approach of just being forward and just being chill from now on. But yeah, trying to get some food now anyways. We'll go see the museum now, go get some food. That's the main things of Petropolis for you. I've done the main things of Petropolis, really small. I think it's bigger than Teresopolis, but yeah. A mix of European and black Negroes and African type, but yeah, this is the outskirts of the town, so it's a bit, downtown's just that way, the main avenue, which is gonna get pretty cold and pretty hectic at night time ahead, which might be a bit dangerous. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Here's what I saw. I just saw this picture, thought, oh, that's the perfect place for the adventure, be like Lara Croft kind of architecture, adventure style. But yeah, it's a bit like that, the colonial kind of Peruvian kind of style. Hey guys, here we gotta go view the mountains there. I can see a little trail, so that's a good place to might be able to hike up. And the centre's just down there that we were just before. And here they have such nice houses, but check them out, look at these houses, they're really. It's like it reminds me of when I was back in Europe or the nice parts of the United States. But check out these houses. Look at it. It's really lush place to live. Really perfect place. Really colonial style house. Look at this. This is amazing. Look at that. It's like a different country. It's amazing. Yeah, it's a little. I think it's like a little college town. So you find some college girls here. They always go to college. It's a bit like Cordoba. Cordoba in Argentina is a college town. So you find all these school kids, all these college kids, just running around. So yeah, that's the majority of people. It's mainly just a college town. People just to grow up to learn. So very intelligent people. People are just focused on learning, learning instruments, learning how to become famous, and really still close to nature though. It's not like as bad as like Asunción where it's full of pollution, and they're not close to nature here. We're high in the mountains, so they're really close to the sun, really close to the wind. It's kind of windy, got a bit chilly last night when I went for some food. Yeah, these houses all on the street. This is where it leads to like the kind of Hollywood Hills where we were last night. Up there they have it's kind of like the Brazilian version of Hollywood Hills, but they're Victorian style houses, and everyone's really chill, really well behaved. Kind of a bit conservative, but just still open towards European people, which is cool. Not as much as when I was in Europe. I was in the hostel last night and I met some really cool guys from Holland. And I was just so easy talking to them, and I realised it's because I'm so used to speaking to Brazilians the past 3 years. it's kind of made me, I don't know, adapt to it. It's kind of made me used to being treated like crap. Not treated like crap, but received like crap, like giving dirty looks just for being white. Because my Brazilian friend did say that Cariocas, people in Rio, are the most racist, disgusting, ignorant people ever. Those are not my words, those are the words of a Brazilian. So any Brazilians get angry with me, I didn't say that, those are the words of a Brazilian who escaped Brazil. Obviously not all Brazilians are like that, just a few in Rio and a few around you, but you get assholes everywhere. You know, people who are ignorant and stupid, who think everyone's the same, who think, oh, you're a white guy, you're an evil white guy, all this kind of stuff. You get people like that. I mean, you get American. I met a few American white guys who talk about black guys like, you know, there's some kind of different species or something, you know. It's just stupid. It's really ignorant. So yeah, you get people like that all around the world. But this cathedral, we'll check it out actually, because you're allowed to go inside. So we'll check it out. So we're down there at the museum, which is the #1 place to visit in Petropolis, just that way. So now we're going to head to the second best place everyone's saying to visit, this cathedral that's like, yeah, it's like Legend of Zelda, the Temple of Time. So we'll go check it out. Some people say you can walk inside, so we'll go walk inside now if you'd like to take a video. We won't go in this entrance, we'll go in the other one, because it's really epic looking. So yeah, you have the mountains there, just like Petropolis, but not as epic as Petropolis. Petropolis is the best for mountain climbing. I think, is that a trail? It can't be that big of a trail. It's like houses up there. You might be able to hike. Might be an easy hike. But I'm not sure if there's anything worthy of seeing. Yeah, people here are always getting the picture taken. Because this is probably the best #1 place to get your picture taken, with somebody standing at the bottom of the stairs, and you have this behind you, which is really epic. So yeah, I was here last night. They had a food truck here. I was here last night to get some egg sandwich, but it's really freezing at night time. But look at this, it's like a different country, and that's the park we were in yesterday to have a view. This is the major thing. When you look at Petropolis, this is the major thing you see. So let's go be Link now and pull out the Master Sword. Be a real nerd. Be a real geek. Yeah, when I wanted to come to Brazil, I looked up Brazil to escape, you know, from society, what society was coming with social media. 2013, I thought, I've got to escape, you know, to nature and everything. I don't know why, just my body was craving it. Maybe it was semen intention or something that was pulling me towards it. And this is the picture I saw of the outside of the cathedral, though. So if you look at Petropolis, this is what you see. Really clean. You can't have this in the centre of Rio because it would just get wrecked and destroyed by the favela types, but it is beautiful. Anyways, I've got to go check out the museum. I might be meeting Patricia, the redhead we met yesterday, at 2 PM. So we'll go do some quick training. I'm not bothered about training outside here because it's really cold, so you don't sweat that much, so you don't need to dip in the sea. Usually in Rio in a train, I need to have the sea or I have some coconuts, really refreshing. But here you can just, oh wow, lovely view of the mountains in the background there. Let's see the mountains, focus, there we go. So yeah, I haven't found any bars like here. Usually in Rio you find Santander bars around these bars. The silver bars all around Brazil that you can do chin-ups and pull-ups on. That's why a lot of people are ripped, obviously because of the drugs and everything. People use on cocaine or high on coffee so much, but also because of the beach life. People always walk around, are usually used to revealing, going around shirtless, except for here in Petropolis. I was in my hostel and I was getting some sunlight, and usually European style towns like this, it's a bit like they have the same kind of rules as Paraguay, where if you take off your shirt, you kind of say, oh no, put your shirt on. And usually in the rest of Brazil you can walk around shirtless, because you know Brazil is a lot of beach culture, so people are used to having to be ripped or still trying to look up for the beach. That's why it has a big gay lifestyle. So people are used to walking around in their trunks or whatever. So yeah, this is it. So we'll go work out over there, get some bars in the park. They're not working out bars, but just in the park. So anyways, let's go take over the museum, guys. Yeah, I approached a really good-looking blonde girl. She wasn't a 10 out of 10, you know. She's usually Brazilians are like 7 out of 10s here. I've only ever seen like one 10 out of 10. Actually, I have seen one 10 out of 10 in Petropolis here. Actually, she was on Instagram and she responded to me. So it's only the 10 out of 10s that really respond. It's the 9s and 8s and 7s that really don't respond, you know, because they're really insecure because of Instagram. This is really peaceful. This is the #1 thing to see in all of Petropolis. Go see the garden here. Let's walk through this garden here. This road path leads to the museum. Yeah, I think it's free. I just walked in and no one batted an eyelid. Desculpe? Fechada? Ok. No permiso. Valeu, obrigado. Yeah, there's so many rules in Brazil. You're not allowed to do this, you're not allowed to do that. Cafeteria, coffee shop, museum. Yeah, the my amiga I met yesterday, she said it has a good restaurant here. They sell good croissants. She was obsessed with croissants, but yeah, I approached a girl. She was looking at me. She was really receptive. Well, I approached her mum because obviously with her parents, they're really protective here. Either the nice girls, they're either with their parents or their friends or whatever, and they're really and the friends of the parents, they're the ones that will always stop you from getting with them, you know, because they know they're really paranoid in this day and age. It's like, oh, they've got Instagram, they've got social media. Guys these days are dogs, especially the white male, the white American, the white British guy or whatever. They're dogs, they're horrible, you know. I think they prefer British guys, they're not like that, because they like Harry Styles and One Direction, all that kind of stuff. But as soon as they see me, they build up an opinion about me. Think I'm white American or whatever. It's really peaceful here though. But yeah, in this day and age. So I approached her mum. I said, oh, how are you doing? Where's the best place to go to? She's from Santa Catarina, you know, not Santa Catarina, more in the south, Parana. So her daughter had blonde hair, because I saw her daughter, and her daughter instinctively was just looking at me. She was like looking at me up and down, and I approached her mum, but her daughter was the one who came, you know, started talking to me. She like, you know, that's what usually happens. I used to speak to a friend, and the one I'm interested in, or the one that looks cool, she usually pokes her head in and she usually starts talking to me. But as soon as the blonde daughter started talking to me, her mother was like holding her hand and, you know, telling her to come on, and we started talking. She was really receptive, like had the whole big cartoon eyes and smiling and asking me questions. Oh, say Livish, oh great, and she was like really receptive. Yeah, I could have got her if she wasn't with her mum, but her mum was like, okay, we're gonna go now, bye bye. And she started pulling her daughter away from me, physical pulling her. That's what it's like in South America. They're so protective, it's stupid. They're so protective of other people's happiness. That's Cathedral, that's the second best thing to see in Petropolis. Got my shopping here. And but yeah, you know, I was on the park, but let's show you the park anyway. It's really lush. Yeah, blonde daughter, she's from the south, so they have blonde. But it's horrible, you know, being a white guy in this day and age, because even if you see a blonde girl, they build up such a bad reputation from online. I think even I'm scared of going to America. This sounds kind of strange, but like, I have an option to go back to America anytime. This is the park here to walk through. Yeah, this is just like Park Lago in Rio de Janeiro in the city centre, except for they don't have the huge pond here and the dining table and Christ the Redeemer in the background. They have the dining tables and a huge pool, which is beautiful. It's the same kind of setting. They have a Jardim Botanico in Rio de Janeiro. It's exactly the same kind of setting. Ah, damn, you know how to walk in the park, but yeah, I was passing through on the street. That's the main avenue, the centre there. I was passing through and it just looks absolutely stunning from the street view. So yeah, I approached her and her daughter, her mum was like pulling me away and everything, and it's horrible being white, you know, being the white in this day and age, because everyone is just so paranoid about you and so insecure. But like, Brazilians are spoiled in this day and age. They have, you know, they won't last a second in Miami or anywhere else, these Brazilians or these Latin Americans, because they're spoiled by women. Because oh, he's foreign, he's gringo, he's gonna have sex with my daughter, get pregnant and run off and all this kind of stuff, and those stupid ideas that got in their head. And yeah, she was really receptive though, but as soon as I saw her again, I was walking down the, I think this is the actual museum. It's the Imperial Colonial Museum, how they colonized. Amigo, they have rules for everything. They have rules for everything. Desculpa. What's that?
Bilheteria lá embaixo. Pode fumar, tá?
Comprar dinheiro? Quantos dinheiro?
Tem.
Quantos dinheiro?
Tem reais. Tem.
10. Ok, fala português, tudo bem? Fala português, tudo bem? Tranquilo, amigo. So many rules. So many fucking rules. There's no freedom in Brazil. It's so many rules. I'm just keeping my voice up, saying to let them know. So it's like a. But yeah, I was like, I get a bad reputation for saying stuff like that, but I just let them know because they need to be more cool and relaxed. But all the coffee and everything. But yeah, I was, so yeah, but I saw her again. Like I was walking down towards the park to do my morning training, and I saw her again, and she was looking at me. And as soon as her mother saw me, she's like grabbing her hand and telling her, you know, being physically protective. And the guys like that, they're so protective, and the girls have no idea what freedom is because the guys are so jealous and insecure. Not just Brazil, but like that happens in Paraguay. In Paraguay, you go to a club, and guys physically guard their girls. You know, they're so insecure and so jealous, and they feed them with tons of propaganda since birth of don't get with the American, don't get with the rich American or the British guy. But yeah, it's really cool. Unless there's anything else to say, really. It's only 10 rails. It's pay to see anyways. But yeah, I could have gone, but you know, that happens all the time in Brazil. You try and approach them and the boyfriend or the mother or whatever, it's like, no, stay away from him, because they're so insecure. Probably, I think it's because this day and age with like social media, it's made them think that oh, anything's easy for guys, you know. Look at the mountains there, it's real lush. I don't think there's anything around the back. It's a small museum, anyways. Alright guys, finally in the museum. Yeah, boring, no usual. I'm more into Spartan kind of stuff. If this was like a Spartan museum, I would definitely interested in something about war or something about museums, but yeah. Usual carriages through time. Started off here with the old times, the news times, blah blah blah. This is a good painting though. Look at that. Put all the... So they didn't have alcohol in those days, so they spent all the energy, like I do, on arts and everything. For some spoiled queen or whatever. Wow guys, look at this, still in Petropolis. This is the, this is probably the second best thing to see in Petropolis, because the museum's closed, but we'll go see that tomorrow. But yeah, look how beautiful this is. Just like Switzerland, we're high in the mountains, so it's really windy. The sun's out, so it's pretty warm, but it's still really windy. Yeah, this is already my favourite place in Brazil. Well, I wouldn't say favourite because it's, I mean, the most beautiful, because it's just, doesn't feel like you're in Brazil. It feels like you're in Switzerland or some kind of, like, you have like the Mediterranean kind of architecture mixed with the Switzerland kind of high in the mountains, posh lifestyle. But yeah, beautiful people, beautiful everything. It's just amazing. Yeah, I think this is probably better than Petropolis. Petropolis is good for the people. The people are so nice in Petropolis. Yeah, I've already met some beautiful people, and just as you can see, they're really nice, really friendly, really chill. I can see people just relaxing here, and no one bugging them. There's no dangers here or anything. But yeah, I think it will get a bit dangerous at night time because there are, you know, some kind of favela types around. Only like one or two. But like this, I think there's none in there. I think it's all European, high class kind of people in Petropolis, but here it's kind of a mix because it's much bigger. But yeah, this is already probably one of my favourite places. But you wouldn't say favourite, just it's different because there's no beach here. This has the high class kind of Switzerland kind of lifestyle. But I need the beach. But you can't have everything all in one place. Like I said, because everyone will go there and just ruin it, like I keep saying. But yeah, let's go. This is beautiful. This looks like something out of Legend of Zelda, the Temple of Light. But let's go see the main avenue, is just that way. And that's the long avenue that has all the shops. And I don't know if there's a few bars. I asked Letitia, she said there's not a few bars here, but I'll check some out. And that way is more the outskirts and towards the bus station. Yeah, I prefer this to Petropolis, but I think I prefer the people in Petropolis. They're just so nice and just come up to you all the time. But I think here's more tourism, so they're used to tourism, so they used to get the bad apples and the good apples as well. But yeah, they have the mountains there, not much adventure to do. Petropolis is full of adventure to do, but yeah. Anyways, this might be my... Yeah, I really want to live here, but this is bigger. This is much bigger than Petropolis. So this is the best place to go, you know, to meet girls or to meet guys, because there's so much more people, and there's so much more. There'll be so much more nightlife. But yeah, Petropolis has the mountains, but you've got the good and the bad everywhere. Right, guys, check out this huge place. Yeah, you wouldn't imagine this in Brazil. Perfect to have some dinner here, bistro here. Perfect style, Victorian style house. It's amazing. I think this is a park that the girls run about, so I'm gonna check out here, hopefully maybe find some bars, some place to train. It's really lush. I think it's a huge mansion. It's called Mansion de Naranja. So yeah, guys, welcome to the this is the Hollywood of Brazil, really. The pine trees and the mountains. I've got a really good view. I'll show you a good view later. The mountains in the background over there. When I was up there. The main attraction, the museum, we'll go to later, the national park. It's like the Park Lark in Rio de Janeiro. They have a really nice park, and inside the park is like a little museum. So yeah, just had my coffee, so I'm really happy. I always get really happy after the coffee. Yeah, it looks like a really colonial kind of just town. You just got mountains all around, so it's a little small, look like a little tiny city. So they have like a mix of everything. Like you have the Japanese style gardens, the river. Japanese style bridges, and then you have the mountains in the background like Switzerland, and you have the colonial style European like Montenegro, Monaco, and you have this guy in a hat here who's like really European style, and you have these Hollywood Hills type trees. It's just from everywhere. It's really lush. So yeah, we're gonna check out the museum now, but this is really lush. And, so yeah, I just have really nice when the sun's out. The sun's out, and you have like a really nice breeze as well. So you don't get too hot. You don't get too hot and sweaty. So you can work out. Like usually in Brazil, Rio de Janeiro or Brazil, everywhere, you used to have like 5 showers a day. But here you can train in the outdoors, and you don't really need to shower that much. You just shower like twice a day usually. Because the really cold breeze being up in the hills, up in the mountains, top of the mountains, with the mountains all around, and we're like in a little valley, so you can see a bit of the mountains there. Really lush. And the Europeans have got a really good reception here, because I'm European, so I've got a good reception because it's a colonial town from the colonial times, and we're, you know, a lot of other places in Brazil are usually dominated by the black majority, so they have a real... Sometimes they have a hate for gringos, you know, foreign or white guys. I mean, it's not like England. England is have white, and everyone, or South Africa, you have white and mix, and they mix perfectly. You know, they get along with everyone. But here, they still have a bit of hate for the slavery times in a lot of Brazil. You know, they still have a hate for the foreign, you know, the white guy. Which is understandable with the terrible history that we put them through. Not we put them through, because I'm not responsible. I wasn't born in that time, so it's a completely different era. I was, especially my timeline. I'm part Norwegian as well. So yeah, This is yeah, but here they don't have for the low intelligent people. They usually have a lot of hate for the white guys in a lot of Brazil, especially Rio de Janeiro, which is mainly black majority dominated. But if you go to Barjuca or the rich places which has intelligence, and then they realise, you know, that, you know, the people born these days aren't responsible, you know, we're not related to any of them. But anyways, Liz, guys. Yeah, the street is talking about, it looks just like Hollywood I've seen in the movies. But yeah, this is the one that leads to the Hollywood Hills with the huge, lovely mansion. These houses are everywhere around here, in the outskirts. There you have the downtown kind of city, not the city, the town, the main avenue. This is the road that leads to Itapaiva, I think it's called it. And a girl I met, she said, oh, that's the place to go to for nightclub and dancing. Because not much of a nightlife here in Petropolis. It's too, you know, beautiful colonial town, really relaxed. So they have to get a bus, like a 30-minute bus that way to Itapaiva, I think it's called, for nightclubs and stuff like that. Yeah, Petropolis is this is like the 11th school I've seen. This is a college, but it doesn't look like one. It's really cool, really quaint. Asking some of Petropolis, really quaint. They have a cathedral there, and you have this at the park where we're gonna do some training to wake ourselves up. Have coffee, and then you have training, and that's all you need. But yeah, this is all Petropolis is just college people, school people, which is really cool. But yeah, I think they like that in themselves. I think it's okay to get them along. Like the girl I met in Rio de Janeiro, if you meet them abroad, if they're on holiday, that's the best. Because they don't have to obey society, they're not protected by the moment, like the parents or the friends say, oh no, you can't have pleasure, and I can't, I need to control you. That's the way that's all of society for you, especially by social media. But yeah, the girl I met from South Carolina as Santa Catarina, she was from Rio de Janeiro. She was in Rio de Janeiro, and she was really receptive, really nice. A lot of girls are really receptive. It's just the parents and everything, and the friends, they usually get jealous, really protective. Damn, this is lush. Then you have a coffee shop over here where they have croissants. See, what else should I say? What other truths should I talk about? Well, I haven't made a day off here. Well, I've never had a day off, I've always been training. I keep saying I'm going to have a day off, but I at least train for about an hour. I found a park, we can do some pull-ups and some chin-ups. But yeah, I met a few girls there that I didn't get a video, and they're just really receptive, really cool. But I think I'm looking towards meeting like the 10 out of 10 that I met online, but she lives like in the outskirts. Like I think the 10 out of 10s do live in places like this. If you're looking for a really hottest Brazilian girl, they live in the less stressful places, because places like the main cities, the stress kills everything, and they make them really stressed out, and they just follow society, what society says, and getting likes and everything. And they're just all about being fake and looking for Instagram and looking after money. But here, they're away from society, they're kind of cut off, so they're here. So if you want to find a 10 out of 10, you'll find them in places like this, where they really focus on school and being chill. And, but yeah, being even here, the parents would be kind of protective. But the girl met 10 out of 10. I think she lives in the mountains, kind of in it, the Hollywood Hills kind of stuff. So yeah. But I didn't meet her. I met her on Instagram, but she had like the perfect. Like I said, I've never met a 10 out of 10. But if I had to see a 10 out of 10 in Brazil, it would be the girl I saw on Instagram that lives in Petropolis. But the chances of me running into her are pretty slim, even though it's a pretty small city. But I'm sure if I lived here, this is a place where if you lived, you could get probably any hot girl, because living here is kind of easy because everyone's really small. If I worked out here every single day, I would become famous like within a week, because everyone knows everybody. But in Rio de Janeiro, the main city, I'd become infamous. People hate me just for being gringo. You can't become famous. You can't have a foreign guy becoming famous. But here, they're more receptive towards Europeans. But yeah, here's a good place if you want to get girls. Like it's the same as Paraguay. If you spend like a year in Paraguay going out every single Friday night, you would either become infamous or famous, and get every single hot girl. But even becoming infamous is good. I could probably become infamous because I end up saying the truth, because I don't care what people think, But Paraguay, everyone cares about what people think, which is Paraguay would be perfect if that wasn't the case. But yeah, the 10 out of 10s are really responsive, even though they'll be shy at first. But usually the 10 out of 10s are always with their, if you approach them on Instagram, they'll be responsive, or if you approach them on their own, they'll be really responsive, even though they're a bit shy at first. But yeah, if they're with a friend or family, which they usually are, the friend or family would be like so protective of them. No, you can have pleasure, you can have a good time and I can't, you've got to be at my miserable level, that kind of attitude, which is run by our society. Yeah, we're heading out to the centre again. I'm not saying Petropolis, not much adventure, things to do, see. But yeah, I met a few girls yesterday when I first came here, when I just arrived. I was pretty stinky because I was up all night. Yeah, that's the main park. Yeah, I met a really nice girl, which she led me towards the park yesterday and towards the museum. Here we have a Japanese style bridge. So yeah, it's beautiful, but we need to progress, we need something to do. We need to become rich and famous, we need training, we need adventure, we need mountain climbing, and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, usually the white girls here are usually really kind of receptive. Yeah, there's schools everywhere, schools and colleges everywhere, so here's a good place like Cordoba. Cordoba's a college town to get college girls, and same thing here, it's a good place to get college girls. They're really open-minded, not stressed out, so if you approach them, they won't be so nervous and so tense. I mean, obviously the Brazilians will be a bit nervous because the guys here, they're used to Brazilian guys, and Brazilian guys are crap, they treat them like shit. A lot of them do anyways, a lot of them on the street, if you've seen them, they're always high on cocaine, high on drugs, high on coffee or whatever, and they'll pass them around. I went out with a red-headed girl from Ipanema, she was really rich, really well put together. She's seen a blackish kind of guy she went out with one night, tried to rape her in a car. And they think every guy's like that, so they got it in their head, so that makes them really nervous. But obviously us British, us American guys, we're not like that. You know, we have rules, we know we'll get arrested and killed straight away, or you know, we control our anger, we control ourselves and focus it. A lot of us do anyway, but everybody's different, but you do have a lot of them. That's type here in Brazil. A lot of the, I don't mean to be racist, but the African type, in Rio, they're kind of high on drugs and high on cocaine and everything. They're always shouting, like subhuman types. I mean, I know it sounds kind of racist, but like I was here I met a guy, I didn't realise that until I met two guys in my hostel last night from the Netherlands, and I could actually speak really chill with them for the first time in 5 years. I could actually relax and just totally speak like really chill, really relaxed. But usually in Brazil here, they look at you like, you know, they hate you, you know, just for being white, and you can't relax, you can't express yourself honestly, because you're just real uptight, especially if you don't speak good Portuguese. Conversações, you know, eu preciso mais conversações, like todos os dias aprender espanhol, todos Portuguese, because more in Paraguay, more in Argentina, and more in Brazil. But yeah, lived in Paraguay, lived in Argentina and Brazil. So yeah, and I think I need to go to, if I go to Europe, I'll feel a big relief. If I go back to America, I feel a big relief when I approach girls, because they'll have that, you're able to relax and talk to them. You know, here they're like, oh my god, a foreign guy speaking to me, oh my god, they get really nervous, and oh my god, what's he going to do? Well, he's going to rape me, something, he's going to do something bad. And because they're used to Brazilian guys being like that. But here, it's really cool. Here, you know, it's kind of a bit cool, but they're used to those kind of guys. But yeah, I need to go back to Europe. I think I'll really like it. Let's go to the museum. Let's cross over here. Yeah, I'm out of breath. I just had to run all the way upstairs because it closes in 5 minutes. So I had to quickly run to do this. Have some stairs. So yeah, it's so peaceful here. No crime. There's no druggies about or anything like Rio de Janeiro in the city centre. So yeah, and they have a bit of jungle here. Yeah, like Europe or someplace. Really peaceful. Might get my guitar here. It's really peaceful place. And I don't have some mountains though, or anything like that. I think this is it, there's no path. There's nothing else. They might have a path leads up to some mountains up here. We'll go check it out. But gotta be really quick, so I'm out of breath because I have to run real quick. Oh yeah, we have here. Trailer, it's gonna be a trail. Probably leave the trail because it closes in a bit. This is still the national park, the Petropolis. It's like this is what I was after when I wanted to explore the world. After playing Uncharted 2, inspired me to travel the world. Why there's Nathan Drake, Lara Croft style adventures. Like this. Oh damn, you know how to cross. But yeah, it's gonna close now, so let's go grab some food. So yeah, girls here like a lot of Brazil. They're really receptive in person. They bite the lip, they flip the hair, they cross the legs and everything. And when they act really shy and really nervous, yeah, they really like you. And then they get your Instagram and then they overthink it and get too paranoid. And because they get used to the guys here. The guys here really used to, you know, oh, you got to stay with Brazilians, stay with your own type, that kind of thing. It's not the good old days where in the 90s or the 2000s where you still seen as exotic, but people put too much dangers on it, like the family and everything, and the friends say, oh, no, stay with your own type, but Instagram will kill you. Instagram will portray you as being a slut or whatever. If you do this, if you do that, if you don't obey the rules, and it's killed women. Instagram has just destroyed women. So you see those little beetles everywhere. It's a really cool car. I saw a really cool Porsche, like a red truck. It was like something in the 60s, but here's like this famous Hollywood Avenue. But yeah, it's kind of good and the bad. I mean, you got the good and the bad everywhere. If you get something that's too good, like technology that helps you keep in touch with everyone, there's going to be a downside to it, and that's the downside. It's killed women. It's destroyed the fertile, happy, sexy woman. It's made them really paranoid, only obeying what society tells them to, and that's the biggest waste ever. It's the biggest waste of life. Yeah, here in the Hollywood Hills, imagine. It'd be good to live here, but I mean, it's like Paraguay. I had a really nice apartment in Paraguay. I could go out every Friday, Saturday night, get some really nice girls, you know, in a year's time, you know, I'd probably be famous and have like a good rotation of girls. But I wouldn't be completely happy. I'd have to drink alcohol or something. I'd have to, because everyone there smokes weed, because there's no adventure. There's no, like, you don't have the beach right in your doorstep, you don't have the mountain. You have a few mountains here, but you just get bored of it, you know what I mean? It's kind of like Manchester. That's the reason why I travel the world. I need new horizons, especially with being on semen retention. I need to constantly move. I need something new. I need a thrill every single day, you know. Or else all the energy, all the noise inside you, and especially in cities where there's more people, there's more cities, there's more BS, you know. There's more noise, there's more static noise. It's like, you know, when you turn on the TV, you got that static television. That's what major cities are like. That's why I come here, just to relax. But yeah, the more attention you get, you can't control this male energy. You just, and all the energy inside your sperm, and you transcend it. You know, it's like Mike Tyson. You know, that's why a lot of girls get nervous around me, because I have this energy like, you know, Mike Tyson. It's kind of hard to describe. It takes like 8 hours a day training to get it out, because that's what I used to do. I used to train 8 hours a day for years on end, and many people don't know that. And that's why I travel the world. That's why I kind of say fuck you to the world and fuck you to society, because, you know, putting that all in that blood, sweat and tears, and, you know, for what I wish I do have a big regret. I wish, there's a part of me saying I wish I did stay in England and focus all my energy in becoming an MMA champion or something, and becoming rich and famous for that. But I had these dreams, these pipe dreams about traveling the world and stuff, and so who knows which is right, which is the most. But yeah, I'm kind of glad I did. I'm kind of glad I do all these travels, because I do feel kind of fulfilled. I kind of regret, because if I was in England, there's a chance I could have like committed suicide or something if I was still in England, married to some average girl, you know, paying the bills, doing the 9 to 5 kind of thing. I would, yes. But yeah, I train every day. Still, I eat once a day. When the sun goes down, that's when I feast. Yeah, if this was in Nova Guazzi, that's a huge house and a huge dog. Imagine, probably a drug lord lives there. You wouldn't want to yeah, you know, the Guazi overpass of Brazil, dogs bark at you and try and kill you, or follow you all the time. Follow you. I've got real Mancunian accent. Follow you. Follow you. But yeah, this is a good place to meet girls, but obviously it's not known as being, you know, having sex with girls one night, and you know, and because it's really conservative, just like anywhere else these days, South America. But I'm looking forward to having like a week in Europe. I think I'll be shocked with how far I've come. Because yeah, I spoke to the European guys, the guys from Holland. It's really cool to just relax, but here and around South America, they get really nervous. Like, oh God, a British guy, what's it gonna do? They get really shy, start giggling. But yeah, and they get really nervous because the family and friends are all around them. Like, no, you got to stick with your own type. You can't get pregnant, and you know this guy is gonna run off. But yeah, we're gonna head to some food now. We're gonna find some special food. Gonna get some Arabic food because I watched Drew Binsky last night and he had some Arabic food. And I'm kind of sick of usually eating the same fajao over and over again. And I ate this falafel sandwich and I've got a craving for a juicy big falafel sandwich. And some girls might join us that I met yesterday. So yeah, some cool people. Here's a good place to retire if you get too old for the city life, but I would get too frustrated after a while. I'd need to adventure, I need something else. You know, like a fish in a small pond, big fish in a small pond. So this is the national park. The third best thing to see in Petropolis, have some nature. So the path that leads up to the national park. Third or best, second best thing to do. Hopefully it isn't closed, so let's go check it out. Yeah, we're back right dab in the centre again. Let's get to do all that. All the way here. That's the main avenue. Little miniature Buenos Aires statue. Back in the park. But yeah, I'm not blown away by Petropolis as I was expected to be. I was more blown away by Teresopolis, by how peaceful it was. This is kind of like a mix, like in the outskirts you have the, like just where we were before, it was really peaceful, really upper class kind of like Teresopolis kind of atmosphere, but here, this main street is kind of like downtown Rio de Janeiro again. It's, well, not as bad as definitely not as bad as downtown Rio de Janeiro, because that's probably the worst place on earth. Yeah, have a lot of hustle and bustle here. I can see it probably getting dangerous at night time, but yeah, still good, but I prefer Teresopolis. I think you can't really compare, everything else different. Teresopolis has the mountains and the cool people who come once you approach it. I don't think people will approach it here. There's so many people, so there's too much hustle and bustle, which causes paranoia, so yeah, people to be more intense, too much noise. But no, it's really, really cool though. Almost as peaceful as Teresopolis, but we'll go on the outskirts, probably back to the outskirts, it's more peaceful there. So yeah, grab some food and there's not much to do. Hey guys, so we're in the centre, we reached the end of the avenue. So this is the main avenue. We just walked all down, there's not much to see, just shops, a few bars. But yeah, it isn't as peaceful as Teresopolis. In parts it's more beautiful, but yeah, they have like a lot of African mix people, and I think it's going to get dangerous at night time, where Teresopolis is just peaceful all the time. It's really a Switzerland kind of place, but yeah, you're reminded you're in Brazil a lot of time too, and they have rubbish as well on the side, which never happens in Teresopolis. But yeah, but I think here is a good place to live because you have more options, you can live here for a long time. Teresopolis is too small, you get bored of it. Like I said, it's a bigger place, so they're going to have more people. The more people you're going to have, the more noise you're going to have, the more bullshit you're going to have, and it causes people to be much more conservative, much more uptight. So yeah, it is a bit busy and a bit bustly compared to Teresopolis. We're looking for a park. We need to find a park where we can train some good food, get some peanut butter. So we're here in the famous Kafta restaurant. I was watching Drew Binsky yesterday, so I needed a falafel sandwich. This is my falafel sandwich to go. Pretty expensive, 35 reals, but really lush, really quality food. Look at all this lovely food. Real vegetarian food like that, really healthy. And the hummus, delicious. Brazil, they have it really pretty popular in the south.
Você tem que ficar sustentando, por educação.
falafel and Arabic food, especially in Foz do Iguazu. I had the hummus in Foz do Iguazu, it was absolutely delicious. Oh, this is, wow, I might get some of that. I've never had some of that. We'll have some of that to go. All this special food, and I'll tell you what it's like. Yeah, I might get that from a trip back and taste it, see what it's like. But yeah, probably delicious.